Welcome to Hit the Bricks Live, your #1 podcast for horror movie news, with Lee McCoy from Drum Dums, Nick Miller from the Lost River Drive-In, and Davey Deathray. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hit the bricks, Dorothy.
What's up, everybody? I love that man, Jeff Daniel Phillips. He's a freaking legend already.
Yeah.
If you guys could hang out with like one, I think I'd want to hang out with Jeff Daniel Phillips.
You know, the other night I was rewatching Zodiac. I hadn't watched it in a couple years. Fantastic movie. And Jeff Daniel Phillips showed up. And I was like, no shit. I totally forgot he's in this movie. Yeah, when they're like getting the tips, everybody is saying, oh, I know who the Zodiac is. There's a quick scene on like a construction yard where he's like one of the workers, and he's giving an interview to a cop, and he's like, this guy smashed his foot last year, and then the killing started. I don't think that's coincidence. And that's like his whole scene. And I'm like, oh, Jeff Daniel Phillips. All right.
Well, I'll have to look. And I've seen, like, Zodiac's one of my favorite movies. I've seen it like 9,000 times. I've never noticed Jeff Daniel Phillips in it. That sucks.
Oh, yeah, he's in it, buddy.
Damn.
He pops up in what is it? Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Yes.
I think that more
recent.
Yeah.
He's got like a little moment in there.
He's a bit player. He's a bit player in so many little movies, but like it's just every time I see him, I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Can we talk about that for just a second, just a morsel? Because it's one of those things. It seems like either people love it or they hate it, and I know exactly why. Because the dialogue, it's very much like laid back. Let's talk about pop culture, Pet Sematary 2, all that stuff, and I hooked right into that. I freaking love that. Nick, you don't like that?
No, Pet Sematary 2. Pet Sematary 2 sucks.
Dude, I love Pet Sematary 2. Stop it.
I know. Everybody does, it is that. It is exactly that. People are like, there's just too many F-bombs. People don't talk like this. I'm like, dude, it's Boston. Yes, they fucking do.
Yeah, man.
I think
it's a lot of F-bombs, but she definitely drops way too many F-bombs. But yeah,
it's a bit too. It seems really like there's a lot of improv there. They're like, all right, make sure you mention like this thing, and this thing. There's definitely like a Kevin Smith kind of vibe with the, referencing the real world kind of stuff. A little bit of that Joss Whedon kind of thing too.
Yeah, Tarantino.
But yeah, I think the over the top, like obvious sexual joking and all the F-bombs, like at some point it pushes people's sensibilities. But I think the movie has like a lot of really cool things working for it. Like it's not a fun movie. It's just, it could have had a couple tweaks and I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But
it's definitely a love letter,
like
Terminator, like the first Terminator. There's definitely a love letter to that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And a love letter to softcore porn. Because
for sure.
Skinamax
yes.
on HBO Saturday night.
Although, do they really show anything? I mean, I don't think they do.
No, Skinamax. No, you're talking about that scene. Oh man, the 5-minute scene that's like,
they show they show enough. Yeah, and it's funny to go back to those days in the mid 90s, because my family didn't have like Skinamax or Showtime or HBO, but when I would stay at my friends' places and they had it, we would stay up till like 3 in the morning and watch whatever trash was on there just for some tits. That's what it was like before the internet.
Yep. I know people don't understand. We stole my buddy's dad's Hustler DVD once when we were like 13, and we were like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, yeah.
I remember sneaking down the hallway just so I could see Porky's on the TV because my parents were watching Porky. And Porky's was like the forbidden fruit back then. It
is. I think Porky's is still pretty hardcore. Like if you go back and watch that, and I think it's also got, what I love about Porky's is it works as a teen sex comedy. It pushes all the buttons, but it actually has something to say, like from a societal humanity kind of standpoint. Like it's got, I don't know, it's got some pretty interesting stuff to say about race relations and blah, 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 blah. But
don't name your dog Lassie. I think it's got that too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Kim Cattrall. Oh my God.
Oh.
You know what I'll say for this too is Porky's is at least fair. There's like fucking a dozen naked dudes in that movie, so you get like a pretty equal.
And that's in the 80s.
Like that whole scene where they're in the Everglades, like about to see the prostitute or whatever, and they all have to disrobe because she's gonna visually inspect them or whatever. Oh, Porky's is hilarious, man.
Yeah, have you guys seen this? Last American Virgin?
No.
I've heard great things though.
Both of you have not seen Last American Virgin?
It's like got Duder from it's got Duder from Final Chapter, right? Teddy?
Yeah.
Teddy Bear from Final Chapter.
And this came out, I think, before.
It's got what's her face from Better Off Dead, and right?
Yeah. It's the perfect double feature to Porky's because it's kind of like coming of age. There's so much nudity in the movie. There's a lot of shenanigans, playing grab ass, and it's also got a lot of heart. It's about life, and there's.
Yeah. Did anybody ever actually play grab ass? I always hear this, and I'm like, did we just go around and grab people's asses?
Well, it's a
I know, I know, I mean, but it makes me wonder, when it was born, was it because someone was actually going around and grabbing people's asses and was like, quit playing grab ass?
And that person is probably one of my ascendants. I'm probably descended directly from that person because I grabbed a lot of ass in high school.
We used to have,
sometimes inappropriately.
I remember in high school, people would go around and do the scoop. And I know you remember what if you remember what scoop is, where it's like to people's chests, you say scoop and you do it.
Oh
and
my
I'm
God.
like, that's sexual assault, buddy. But
sure,
yeah. Or the bag tap, where your boys would just
nutshell.
Yeah,
if you're gonna nut check somebody, that's fair. You should just have a pair if you're gonna do it. Don't nut check if you don't have nuts to check.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Come on, guys.
It's weird. All these terms, they somehow just come out of nowhere. I was talking to my wife the other day, and I said, when did couples start calling each other babe? Because my parents not once ever said, "Hey, babe." Run down to the store and get me some margarine or something.
No, they always called each other by their first name. I remember my grandparents. It was always
somehow down the line somebody started call. I wonder who the first person that did that was. There was this cool couple that were ahead of everybody else, and they started calling each other babe. And now babe is lame.
Yeah, no, it's really lame. It's cringe. But
we need to change it.
Yeah, but I don't know, man, because they got weirder names now. These new generations, what they call their significant others is I want no part of that. I'm just going to call.
What are the names?
Yeah, I mean, shit. You have you see the memes, over the Pookie, calling your significant other Pookie. I would rather gouge my eyes out. I would literally rather gouge my eyes out.
Well, it's like on Seinfeld or whatever when Jerry and his girlfriend are calling each other Schmoopy. And it just drives everyone else is just like, Schmoopy? What the hell? No, you're Schmoopy. No, you're Schmoopy.
You guys both watch Seinfeld, right? Nick, you watch Seinfeld.
Oh, I love it.
I did not. I've seen Seinfeld, but it wasn't something I watched in regular rotation. It was, it'd be on late at night when I'd fall asleep. I watched a lot of Seinfeld falling asleep when I was a teenager.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually kind of on a run right now because I think it's on Netflix or something. Is it on Netflix? Yeah. But yeah, man, I freaking love Seinfeld.
Love that show.
There's an episode because we're talking about relationships, and there's an episode where George gets into a relationship with this girl, and he really wants to get in. And the second he gets into the relationship with her, he regrets it. Because Jerry and all his friends are single and they're going out, and Jerry, he just went to this romantic movie with his girlfriend, and they're going in, and Jerry's coming out. And Jerry and his buddy are like, dude, did you see that scene where he's falling from the helicopter and he turns around and he shoots straight up and it's insanity.
Yeah.
And then George starts crying.
Well, and there you have that whole thing where they're all going to decide to buckle down and meet somebody and get married.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone bails.
George is the only one.
George is stuck with Susan or whatever. It was supposed to be the summer of George.
The summer of George. Yeah. Let me say hi to the chat. Ali, Saturn Video, Blu-ray Addict. By the way, chat, do I sound clear? Because last night I was on Fauci's channel, which was, oh my God. I jokingly said, this is either the worst commentary or the best commentary ever. I don't know, because we went into Scream 4 And me and Davey liked that movie, but for some reason we all just ripped it to fucking shreds the entire way through and didn't even apologize at the end of it. And
I said some nice things. I said
a couple of nice things. At the end of it, me and you were like, I love Scream 4.
I do, yeah.
Throughout,
I'm a big fan.
Nick, have you ever done that? Like you don't even have to be doing a commentary. You can just be watching a movie with a buddy, and it could be like a movie that might even be like one of your favorite movies. For some reason, when you're sitting with a buddy, you both can't help but rip the movie to shreds.
You're almost embarrassed, because I think part of it is like, especially if you're showing somebody a movie for the first time, you're like sitting there kind of gauging their reaction. Like, are they fucking with this or not? And like, if you can't tell, you start like shit talking it. You're like, that's really dumb.
That's what people
like,
do.
It's so dumb. And you're just waiting for your friend to be like, I like it. And you're like, oh, thank God. But like, no, definitely. I showed my uncle David Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 when I was 16. In his like home theater. He's like, I want to see it. You talk a lot about these movies. I want to see it. I said, okay. And I was like, he is a very stoic. Well, he's a stoic movie watcher. So we're sitting there and I'm like, he is not liking this at all. And then when it was over, he was like, that was pretty good. I was like, what the Yeah, no, it's
he's just locked in.
Yeah, he was locked in, I guess. I don't know. Good for him. He's got good taste.
Dude, I had a roommate one time, and he wasn't a movie guy. He was Joe Sixpack. That's what I call people that don't. I call him Joe Sixpack. And not only was he Joe Sixpack, but we were watching The Ring, the American version, and I was excited to finally watch this movie. And he just, poked at every single scene. She wouldn't do that. That's fucking bullshit. There's no way that would happen. Just constantly. I was like, dude, you got to shut the fuck up right now. You're driving me crazy.
I hate watching movies with people like that. I'm not even kidding. It really pisses me off. It's like, yeah, dude, it's almost like it's a fucking movie. Like, shut up. Like, oh man,
that would never happen. Some people, you have to have a little bit of suspension of disbelief, and we even like get onto ourselves about it, especially with like Scream, which they go kind of overboard with it. But you still have to have a barometer in your, when you're going into any movie, especially if there's going to be some form of action in it. Like action movies are the worst about it. You got Vin Diesel flying from a car over a bridge onto the hood of another car. He's
for family, bro. It's always for family. But no, you mentioned The Ring. Dude, I watched The Ring the other day for the first time in almost 10 years, probably. Yeah. And I was shocked at how effective that movie still is. And it's great. I texted Christian. I said, dude, this scared the shit out of me back in the day. And like, it's still scary. Like, I don't care what anybody says. And he was like, yeah, it is. And he's like, but I can't remember. I think The Grudge is the one that sucks. And I'm like, it does. The Grudge is really bad. I thought I liked it as a teenager, watched it as an adult. And I was like, this is bad.
I've never seen that American Grudge.
It's not good.
It's tough to get. I've only seen the Japanese.
I watched it when did it come out? 2004. So I probably watched it when I was like 11 or something like that. And I remember being like, oh, that was so freaky. And then when the 2020 Grudge came out, I was like, I'm going to go back and watch that, The Grudge. And my God, I was like, this sucks. I don't know why I ever thought this was good. It is.
Because even the 2020 version was even worse.
Oh God, dude, that movie is an abomination. I mean,
the original I hear is great. The Japanese version,
Ju-on. That's the only one I've watched is the original Ju-on, and it's like an anthology. It's like this same spirit that is affecting these different people that move into this place. Yeah. So it's not told like a traditional narrative, and it sounds to me like the Sarah Michelle Gellar one was told like a traditional narrative.
Very boring.
I'm not sure if it is or not, but I agree with what Aaron had said something there in the chat where he says kind of depends on how a movie sets itself up as far as like believability or suspension of disbelief. I think that's like a pretty good rule, like as long as the movie is operating within its own confines. That's why I don't want them to do something silly with Scream and actually bring back a character that we've known to be dead for a long time, because it's not completely realistic, but compared to Friday the 13th and Halloween and shit and Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream is pretty realistic. That's why.
Kick him out. He's talking shit about.
However, can I say really quick my newest theory that just came to me earlier this afternoon for Scream 7. And this is not a joke. I know.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Lee is like, oh shit, here we
go.
So we've got these TVs in the trailer. So there's the one that Chad and Mindy are looking at in the bar. They like look up and there's the TV light on them or whatever. Then we've got this from the Super Bowl commercial when Sydney's going through the house with her gun drawn. We've got that TV that like clicks on in the background really quick. You blink and you miss it in the trailer, in the Super Bowl trailer. I think they're going to have their cake and eat it too. They've brought Matthew Lillard back. I think what we're going to get is like a group of ghost face killers that are almost like, this sounds so silly, almost like an online bully cult, right? and they found a way to capture the airwaves. I mentioned this last night, Lee. They found a way to capture the airwaves, kind of like Jack Nicholson's Joker in Batman 89, or a plethora of comic book villains, if we're being honest. And they're putting up these like deep fake videos with former Ghostface killers and maybe some other stuff to try to like taunt and toy with Sydney, her family, and the other surviving victims from the previous films. So that's what I like. I think that's going to be a big element. So I think we are going to get like Matthew Lillard in the flesh, but that Stu won't actually be alive. So I think it'll be the best of both worlds.
Yeah, we're getting him in the flesh for sure. There's going to be new shit they filmed with him, but then it makes me wonder, you know, are they going to de-age him? Because like, even if this is the AI and deep fake route, wouldn't it be the Matthew Lillard, the Stu Macher that she knows, not modern day? But then you could go, well, no, because it's to fuck with her and convince her that he might still be alive.
Yes. And you could probably do both with deep fakes. You could probably do something where you're putting a de-aging or you're putting an aging process on a earlier picture or whatever, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I made that video yesterday and it was literally just like, I clarified in the first 30 seconds to everybody. I was like, guys, I don't think he's alive. I'm just saying, why couldn't he be? You know, it's like, and it still didn't matter. There was people that were like, oh my fucking God.
Dude, I get people that comment on my shit and it's like not anywhere in the video. In fact, in the video, I might even say, I don't want him to come back. And people will jump in the comments and be like, all you Stu fans are going to be so disappointed.
Yeah, I know.
Or like, there's no way he's alive. What are you talking about? And I'm like, so you looked at the thumbnail. Thanks for dropping a comment.
Yeah. Well, Akeem is in the chat right now. He has already seen it. He's already seen Scream 7. So,
what?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, there we go.
He works in Hollywood, and
that's insane.
He worked on Stranger Things 5. I think season 4 and 3 as well.
Oh, and I think I've seen him on some of your streams before, Nick.
And he's I've been following for years, and he basically said like, don't get your hopes up. And I was like, cool, awesome.
Well, I think he's going to be utilized in some way. Hopefully, it's not just the voice, but it very well could be. Yeah.
Well, I got this douchebag the other day.
What's up?
What a segue. So anyway, this fucking douchebag.
Yeah, this fucking asshole. 0 followers, 0 posts. So that means he went out of his
How many flags in the bio? How many flags in the bio?
Create an account just to spoil the movie for me. And I've literally had like to just Davey, I was talking about this, but just today, another person, he starts off the message with, hey, asshole. Like, he doesn't even know me. And he's like, hey, asshole. The killer, blah, 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 is this. And I'm like, at this point, I don't even care. Yeah. And I've been like, every cast member in the movie has been supposedly the killer, you know. I've had like so many different variations of killers thrown at me, so it kind of is like blank slate for me right now. You can send me these all day, I don't care anymore. And even if I'll say I'm not gonna let me be careful about how I say this, okay? I'll just say there is a message that I got, or multiple messages that I got, where I think if that happens, I'm not gonna be surprised. Okay, just because it kind of makes sense too.
Yeah.
And I've already talked myself into I'm going to enjoy the movie anyway. I don't care. I've come to the conclusion that every Scream movie up until Scream 37, I'm going to be spoiled. It doesn't matter.
You don't know that. 35, you might go into 35 not knowing anything. But I mean, honestly though, let's be real, dude. I hate to say this because I love Scream, but like, dude, none of these third acts have really been all that surprising since Scream 3. Like, no. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like,
really, not even 4.
Yeah,
4 didn't even surprise you.
Charlie didn't surprise me. Jill, maybe somewhat.
Okay.
But I mean, in the sense of like where I was legitimately like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming. 3 was the last one where like there was nothing that tipped me off to it being Roman because we were led to believe he was dead. So I was like, yeah, that guy fucking died, so it's not him.
Gale checks his pulse.
Yeah,
no pulse. How did he do that? Is he a ninja? Like what?
Yeah, like ever since Scream 3, I call it killer salad. That's what it is now in the final act of all the Scream movies. It's killer salad because really anybody could be the killer, and you're not gonna really give a shit.
It's the motivation. It's not, and the third act itself, how it unfolds. It's not so much the identity of the killer that really gets me into it.
Like it could have been like in Scream 5, it could have been Amber and what was Jack Quaid's character's name?
Richie.
Yeah. It could have been Amber and Richie, but say it wasn't Amber and Richie. Say it was say it was Chad and Mindy. Okay, I don't fucking care. It's killer salad. You know what I mean?
Here's my thing. I haven't been spoiled. A couple of people have said things, but they were different things. So I was like, well, I obviously know none of you guys know what the fuck you're talking about. So but my belief this entire time has been that, because here's the one thing about Scream. When there's new cast members that get brought in, like adults, I don't know, like adults that we've never seen in the series before, that should be first on your suspect list. Like Dermot Mulroney in the last one. Like you automatically go, okay, this is probably the killer.
We said that last night too, Nick. It's just like any new character that it's kind of like a really strong actor.
Yeah, they bring in a ringer.
Yeah,
and for me, I think that there's a character in this movie that's probably going to be revealed to be playing Leslie Mocker, and that's probably going to be the killer. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Nick, when Jack Quaid first entered the frame in Scream 5, was there any part of you in your head that said, "Oh, he's the killer"?
I don't know, Jack Quaid. He's such a good actor that when he like seemed dumb about the stab movies and stuff, I believed him. Like I was like, this guy genuinely is way over his head. But Amber,
he's just such a strong actor,
dude. Amber, the first 2 minutes she's on screen, I'm like, she's a fucking killer. Like it was so obvious. So when I did like her reveal where she just pulls out the gun, and I'm like, holy shit! But like I knew it was her. That was not surprising at all.
That was one of my favorite Scream moments. You know, and I'll ask you guys this too. Scream moments. Out of could it be a kill? Maybe it's not a kill. I don't know. But that when Amber freaking pulls out that gun, that was a surprise to me. I wasn't surprised that she was a killer, but I was surprised by how she was revealed to be the killer. Freaking, gangster motherfucker pulls out the gun, bam, just shoots her. I'm like, here, let's go, let's get cooking.
She's like, I'm not the killer, and she's like, I know, and just shoots her in the head, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
It's like she was like impatient. She's like, fuck it, let's just get it going already.
It's one of those weird things though that if you step back and you think about it, you're like, wait. Like if you're gonna go on a mass murder spree with a partner, you need to like have communication and have a game plan. Where in their game plan was Amber like, at some point I might just pull a gun out and blow someone's brains out?
That's the thing about that movie is like you can tell that was just like a fuck it. Like Lee said, where it was like she clearly was just getting annoyed. So she was like, you know what? Fuck this.
Let's just get this. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of appreciate that. Like I kind of appreciate
could go totally off the rails. I think that's the one big thing. And I don't think that like Billy and Stu are as guilty about it. But when the characters reveal themselves, they stop being like calculated killers and they start just being like cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Is there a possible
the personality is totally different. When they have the ghost face mask on and they're making phone calls, it's totally different. They take it off and it's like, it's like Roger Rabbit.
Is there a world where you could have the big reveal, like a big reveal in the middle of a Scream movie? Like let's say 2 of the 3 killers were, they were outed in the middle of the movie, and then we followed them for the rest of the movie.
That's the key. What you just mentioned. If it's not the only killer, like if there's still a missing link, I would actually love the fake out of like in the second act, they get revealed and you're like, holy shit, it's already over. And then we're like, but then killings continue and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, so
I think we might get something like that here in Scream 6, especially if it is like a collective of killers. And I'm starting to like day by day, I'm getting the feeling that it's going to be like a handful of people that are doing this.
I just want Ghost Mom back. Like, I really don't care about anything else. Just bring Ghost Mom back, and like we're good, dude.
Let's read through this Super Bowl. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl spot yet?
I did. And I will be watching the Super Bowl to root for the Sea Chickens because fuck the Patriots,
there we go.
Dude.
Hey, Nick, who's playing in the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks and the Patriots. The evil empire that just can't ever not be good at football, it seems. No.
Yeah. Hey, 4-13 seasons back to back, and then they make the Super Bowl. So
but
it's crazy.
It's just like I hate them forever because we could never get over that hump because they had Tom Brady. So
you guys got over it once. You just ended up
twice, but it still pisses me off. Without Tom Brady, Roethlisberger would have won like 4 Super Bowls, and I'm still not over it. So screw them.
There needs to be a support group, and it's like Peyton Manning and like Ben Roethlisberger, like all the AFC quarterbacks from back then that were really good and never got to go. That'd be great.
Well, let's check out this big game spot. Let me click on it, and I'll make the screen bigger. What the fuck is that? Hold on.
Hello.
It's like a school auditorium with like a woman suspended above a stage.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there's quality.
We're getting some more there, some more Mark killing happening.
Let me see if I can close that. Okay. Yes, let me go back. Hold on. Fear. All right.
Oh, there we go. Someone said it was Ghost Mom.
Yeah, that's Ghost Mom right there.
That's Ghost Mom. Let's go.
I mean, it checks out. So, yeah.
Hello, Sydney.
Now, but what did we say last night, Davey? What if Sydney's husband turns out to be the killer? Because like, would they show his death in the or maybe he got attacked, but he didn't die? Like,
or what happens in Scream a lot.
Yeah.
What if it's one of our heroes? What if we already know he's a ghost face and it's one of our heroes dressed as ghost face attacking him?
Wait, let's back up here because did they show him with the is that him with the plastic over his face?
The ghost face is underneath the plastic, so like jumps and puts the plastic on him as he does.
Yeah, that's definitely him. I think he's not dead. I think he's attacked. Maybe he's part of the reason why Sydney's like, okay, I gotta go fucking, And then
I don't know, man. I think he's gonna die so she can be with Patrick Dempsey. That
makes.
They're bringing back Dempsey for part 8. Here we go.
I'm gonna make everyone you love.
So right there in the background, you can see that TV turn on. It happens so quickly. That's why I do like quarter speed breakdowns on my channel, so I can see every little thing because it's like blink and you miss it.
All right, hold on. We can do that. Hold on. Playback speed, quarter.
And then it's gonna be The sound's gonna be great.
See the sound's gonna be great.
It's even blink and you miss it just for that. Yeah. Everyone sounds like they're drunk in quarter speed.
Yeah. Oh, she's running out in the street. Yeah, what's going on?
Oh my god.
What if that was the score? Actually, that'd be kind of cool. It sounds kind of like
a moment. Yeah, there's a moment here too where Ghostface is breathing, very like Michael Myers kind of breathing moment here.
Oh, nice. Minion Chad.
Yeah,
that's the big question mark. That's the one that I don't like. I 100% do not know. I would be shocked either way. What's going to happen to them?
It's a heck of a fall.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, she would flatten him like a fucking pancake. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepier this way. Can we watch the whole movie in quarter speed?
Yeah. I just love how people sound like they're drunk sometimes when they talk. Like Courtney Cox coming
I just
up
thought
here.
Of a new horror movie idea. Characters that are stuck in a slow motion world and they can't get out of it. I'm copywriting that right now. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like new metal.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It's 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Is this a David Fincher score?
Oh man.
I always point out this grass. Doesn't that grass remind you of Halloween 2018? How the grass was like.
You can tell that's literally just a shot that's desaturated. Like they just desaturated the color. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's just.
You might be right. Yeah, because I mean, go
they
ahead.
Probably shot it in the like spring, late spring.
Well, the shrubbery against the psychiatric hospital sign is green. So did they just like? I mean, I guess they could Photoshop that.
Yeah, and the trees are kind of bare too. Yeah, it might have been shot in the fall.
Yeah, the trees are bare. So you might be right.
But that could
be shot this time of year, maybe.
They let that. Well, they did. They started shooting in the fall, right?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
I think it was like 6 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it wasn't. No. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they could have shot this. They could have done some of this stuff this fall.
Where did they film this?
I'm giving you guys some background music.
Does anybody know where it's shot?
I think it's in Georgia. I think it's a Georgia movie.
Okay. It looks like Georgia. Everything's shot in Georgia these days. I noticed Barry Wolfman's got narcs. His thumbnail had this, and he had an arrow pointed at the caution sign.
Yeah.
Like the caution sign is like this really big clue.
Well,
someone died.
Caution! Something has happened in that room.
Yeah. There's something behind. You know what it is? What we don't know, and what he's pointing out, is there's a stick of bubble gum between the caution sign and the door jamb.
Oh, it's holding it in there. Yeah.
It's holding it in. Okay, here we go.
And for whatever reason, this is a mirrored shot from what we saw in that TV spot. The images were all flipped. I don't know why. I guess that just matches which direction Sydney's looking.
You could rest on this shot for a while because there's a lot going on there. Like, could this be just one of the characters as an artist, and he just, or she, they just like to draw weird shit, and they're trying to put that in the trailer to make you think there's more to it. It could be that. Who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of odd that you don't think that a patient's room, they would allow them to have like corkboard and tacks and stuff like that. But maybe this is like the patient's doctor's office or something like that. And they've kept these crazy
it's 2026,
pictures.
Yeah.
Let them have it. Give them a shank.
This could be a previous victim, maybe a previous victim's family member or something like that.
Yeah, they're clearly wanting you to think this is like Stu in it. Like Stu, it's a lot. Yeah, there ain't no fucking way. I'm sorry, y'all, not happening. Now Lee's over here like, now hold on, it might.
Hold on now. Nick's got me thinking. Shit. Oh, we got Christian in the house.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Christian, you missed your chance, man, for your thumbnail pointing at the caution tape with the bubble gum.
We are slow mowing it, Christian. Yep. You know what? We are.
Well, isn't there a song that has that? That's gonna drive me crazy.
There's got to be way too many that do.
How many? Yeah, how many songs? There's probably quite a few.
That's gonna like all night. I'm gonna be having dreams about that, and I'm like, what is that from? Okay,
sounds like Terrifier.
Yeah, that's a badass looking shot of Ghostface right there. He's in. Is that a theater, Nick?
That looks like that's a theater.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a movie theater.
But no, that looks like an auditorium, like in a high school.
Yeah, it does. It could be.
It could be that auditorium from the beginning. It could be like the ceiling of because there's a scene in a bar that we see shots from. But it might be from that auditorium.
Are we psychotic for going through a trailer like this? We could be.
I don't know. Let the chat tell us.
That's not the reason that I'm psychotic, but
this is just like a byproduct.
Yeah.
I'm psychotic because I think I forgot my keys.
Keys. Nick, I was going to tell you last night. For some reason, just out of nowhere, we're talking about Scream 4. Actually, we're talking about everything but Scream 4 during the commentary. But for some reason, Fauci just blurts out the keys. Get the keys. Wasn't that Laurie Strode, Davey, that says that?
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And then you got the asshole Tommy Doyle that's been bitching about the boogeyman all night. She's screaming, and he's like, "Yeah,
oh yeah." And he's like,
I'm like,
open the freaking door.
Where's the urgency?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Saturn Video says, "Go slowerly." Okay. I can. Oh shit! Now we're talking. Look at that.
So that looks like one of the boyfriends getting dragged.
Yeah. So
right, a character we
really
really
nice
haven't
and
seen
bloody
yet.
movie. Yeah, that's the middle of the movie. That's probably minute 37 right there. You think, guys?
Yeah.
And is this a house?
Yeah. Guys, have you ever seen Halloween 2018?
No.
Rings a bell.
I think there's a soft J in there somewhere. I can't.
Yeah.
Maybe. I if I did see it, I probably would like go over the moon for it the first time I saw it, and then I'd probably settle in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would get me in trouble. I know that, but yeah. Thanks, Gold Standard.
Now, in the background, is there a body in the background? What is that in the background there?
Yeah, and there's a drowning pool is playing too. Can you guys hear it? Ghostface has a soundtrack in this movie.
Yeah,
that would honestly be
talk about
sick.
The soundtrack. Do you think there's going to be a kick-ass soundtrack to this movie?
I heard Turnstile is going to be in there. That's one name that I've heard dropped from Critical Overlord. But I would imagine usually the soundtracks are good.
I think Critical Overlord sleeps under the set of Scream 7.
He's got to know somebody, right?
And he like comes out for air every now and then.
Yeah.
And he gets on his, he double thumbs it. Do you guys double thumb or do you single thumb? I'm a single.
What are we talking about?
I'm an index finger tapper
because it does matter, right?
The phone.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I can't do the double thumbs on the phone. I think that's just
I can't do it either. Yeah, or no.
Like,
no.
People
I just I hold it with one hand and I just single thumb it.
I just yell at it.
Ah! Okay. All right, let's go more.
Somebody's laying down in the
background, Davey. Hold on.
That is another person like laying down in the background.
Yeah.
Right?
It looks like an air mattress or something.
It looks like a person on an air
mattress. That is a person. You're right. That is a person that he has already killed. So we have confirmation. That's 2 people dead.
Yeah. And I think that's one of Tatum's friends. We'll see her later on in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's Stu. That's Stu, guys.
He's taking a nap, okay? Just like Sydney did in Scream 4 all the time.
Yep. Everybody wants it. Let's not put it in the script. I know I'll never understand. I get you don't always have to give people what they want, but I think there's a good portion. Chat right now. Do you want Stu to be alive in this movie? Just say yes or no. Yes, I want Stu to be alive, or no, I don't. I'm curious about the chat. I'm telling you, man, if they gave us that movie, it would people would lose.
I got him started.
Minds.
I got him going.
Well, but Lee, I think the thing is, think about writing that and doing it in a way that isn't going to be like, isn't going to be a 50-50 piss off half the audience. I think that's the trick with putting Stu back in.
There's one reason I want it. There's one reason because I want a Stu monologue.
We already went over this.
Monologues are.
It's so easy to do this. We already went over this. It's literally just somehow Stu returned.
That's it. That's all we got to do.
He's a clone of the de-aged Billy from 5 and 6.
Yep. And he's got like 70 Death Stars up in the air.
Yeah.
It's actually just
full crew on each one.
Yeah.
There's a full crew. Yeah.
Every killer since 3 has just been Roman, actually. Roman never died.
I'm listening.
He was the architect of the whole thing.
So 75% of the deaths on the Death Star from Return of the Jedi were all contractors. They were innocent people.
Something like that.
They didn't have to die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Tatum. She sounds so wasted.
What if
so I've heard
off their ass?
I've heard this interview scene is going to be a big piece.
Oh yeah,
a big emotional piece.
Somebody said this is going to be like the beginning of the movie. Do you think? You think this will be the beginning of the movie? It could be. Like I think post opening kill. This could be. I bet this will be the next thing.
It could be. Yeah, I think they'll open with a kill, and then maybe they'll go into something like this. Yeah.
You're gonna hear some segue music, and then it's gonna go straight to her talking. It's gonna be like
I like that. Welcome back to the Drew Barrymore
It's always
show.
some happy, music in a Scream movie after the first kill, like Scream 4.
It's like welcome to morning weather with Gail Weathers.
Yep.
same age.
Oh, by the way, Nick, we last night when we when we were ripping Scream 4 apart, I came out of the movie hating Sydney, and now I prefer Sam and Tara. So just keeping you up to speed. Okay.
Unacceptable.
Oh, get the fuck
I
out
know.
of here.
It's great. It's a crazy life, Nick. It really is.
They're just
Okay?
so
It's insanity over here. I can't even describe it. Okay. Sam and Tara for life.
You were.
You're so beautiful.
Look at that shot. That's a bad motherfucker.
That plastic surgery is catching up to Gail. Now she's starting to talk like you were.
Yeah. You know, if you're scaling this off, that's a tall ghost face. I'm just saying that. That's a tall ghost face. Okay?
They have never adhered to that throughout the entire
know.
Let's be real.
They've never done that. Yeah.
Okay, Sam and Tara for life.
Oh my god.
Fuck out of here.
I'm back to Sydney now. Yeah, I'm back to Sydney. Okay.
Stop.
He is hammered. They're matching that up. Yeah. Where's my drink?
Hold on.
My vodka.
Go back like 2 seconds. I want to hear this whole fucking thing.
Oh god, that was great.
Vodka.
Oh my god. Oh, God. Fuck the movie. I just want to watch this over and over. Hold on. Here we go. Oh. Oh my god.
This chick. So that chick right there in the bar, I think she's the body that's laying on the air mattress in the previous in that one shot.
What?
No way.
This chick, I think this chick is the body that's laying there.
Oh, she's dead, dude. Look at
And
that. You got freaking Ghostface right behind her. He's
This
literally
must
like
be-
mid-knee jump. Like his knees are bent. Like he's ready to pounce. He's like
going
gonna
for it.
pounce like a freaking H2O Myers there. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
H2O Myers.
Because
With the frizzy hair and everything.
Right, let's unpack this for a second, okay? H2O Myers was cat-like, right? He would like he would just kind of like
Yes.
pigeon-toed, of course, but he would just like leap, upon somebody.
Yeah. Cat like the way that he swivels out of that sitting position in H2O.
I said my problem with I just cannot take Myers seriously in that movie.
No.
I can't take Sydney seriously right now. What the fuck?
Right now, either. Where's my daughter?
Oh, you got pwned.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dude, go ahead and X her off the list. She's done.
Yeah.
Or it could be a Jill situation where she gets like slashed, like just to throw you off the scent. That
Davey actually brought this up last night. There's always a character, usually a killer, that gets a slice on the forearm.
Yep.
Like Jill did.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know though. I think she's gonna get killed, if I'm being honest.
She did.
But maybe not. He's burning it all down. That's the opening. That's got to be the opening.
It's
right?
gotta be the opening. Or it's the cliffhanger ending.
Yeah.
No fucking way! You gotta go back, Lee. You gotta go back. Okay, I just want you. When he says fun, it sounds like he is doing something, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And just listen to him say fun.
It's the vinegar stroke.
The vinegar stroke.
Oh my god, dude! I'm like 12 years old. This is fucking hilarious. Oh,
dude,
shit.
you've never seen a Scream breakdown like this. Okay,
Oh.
out of the million Scream 7 breakdowns on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
mark this one. Okay, there's none like this. All right.
Yeah.
What did we accomplish in this breakdown? Absolutely
Everything.
nothing.
We had fun. I think.
Everything. We figured out
nothing and everything.
We figured out the plot that everybody in this movie is just going to be hammered as shit. And if
we take anything away from this breakdown, it's this.
Yes.
There you go. That's it.
Hell yeah.
All right. That's enough Scream. All right, let's go. Well, let's do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hold on.
Yeah. TCM news. Finally, something concrete, right?
Tiscum.
All right. I'm going to put on my serious face now. All right. Jesus.
I'm looking above the gold standard. There we go.
Davey, if you get blocked, just raise your head up about 5 inches.
Gold standard got his money's worth for that $5.
That
was a lot of billboard space.
He was locked in the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time he was hating Halloween, David Gordon Green trilogy too.
Yeah.
Where's my...
Yeah.
Bury me in
Johnny.
Tatum.
No, the best. Where's my daughter? Texas Chainsaw Massacre TV series in the works from A24, new film also in development. Strange Darling filmmaker and Long Walk screenwriter JT Molnar, that has me excited, is spearheading a TV series based on the iconic horror property. Glenn Powell will executive produce with Dan Cohen via Barnstorm. Let's go down. Exerbia Films will produce. A new film is also in development from the same producing team, but Molnar isn't attached to that project. Deadline notes, the movie isn't packaged yet, and it's not clear if it's headed to Netflix, as previously reported. Texas Chainsaw Massacre auction was administered by Verve, who has the rights to the slasher franchise since 2017. I've said publicly that I'm not interested in remaking perfect films, and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a perfect film. He is correct, and it's better than the remake. Toby Hooper and Kim Hinkle created something bold, transgressive, and truly seminal that holds up even today as the gold standard of horror. There you go. The opportunity, we bring it around. The opportunity for a long-form exploration into this world arose. I saw it as a fresh way in, as well as a way to honor the existing folklore. I can't imagine better partners. Okay. Let's see. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite films. Yeah, we don't need that. It's a difficult decision, but A24's embrace of boundary testing genre film. So they're going to make this into a TV series. You get.
Well, that quote there, Lee, that you were jumping into, I just want to give some context to the people watching along. That's from Kim Hinkle, one of the original writers. So the original writers, like, we gave it to A24 because of just the kind of, diversity and genre filmmaking that they're capable of,
And I'm happy it's with A24. I love A24. I mean, they freaking got Crystal Lake now. They got this. Are you guys excited about the TV thing coming first before the movie?
No.
Me neither.
It just seems like it's the route that everybody wants to go these days.
Is it milking the turnip, or I don't know if that's the phrase, but is it like, are they trying to milk the franchise, or because they put this investment in it, so let's try to make as much money as we can off of it? Which I don't know how. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I just do think that, like, I don't understand the obsession with it. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't get it either.
What is it about, like, doing? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just on crack, but, like, it's not that I'm opposed to a TV series with TCM. I mean, when you think about all the possibilities with just, like, the town and the family, like, there's a lot that you could do there. But it's just
Amanda's bringing up a good point there. I'm iffy on the TCM TV series after the catastrophe of the Chucky series. I have little faith. Yeah, I kind of jumped off ship for the Chucky series after, I think, season 1. Can't really qualify a full opinion on it, but I think just overall in general, I like movies when it comes to my horror properties that I love so much, like Michael, Freddy, and Jason. I'm not the biggest TV guy. Can you prove me wrong? Absolutely. I mean, they might make greatest freaking Texas Chainsaw Massacre season known to man. And I could, go down in history loving it to death, but they got to prove it to me. And I just don't know, man. And another thing is, like, if the TV series fails or people don't watch it, is that going to hurt the possibility of making a movie? Probably not, but
I don't know, man. It definitely could. I mean, because if they're a business at the end of the day, and if A24 sees that as people have little to no interest in Texas Chainsaw Massacre these days, then they might go, hey, we're not making a $20 million. Well, it wouldn't be 20. It'd probably be like $5-10 million investment into making a film if nobody watched this. Furthermore, I just have to say this. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I do think it's something worth mentioning. I don't know if in this day and age, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a hot commodity anymore. I don't know if it's something that people are going to show up to the cinema for in droves. I mean, you guys remember when 3D came out in, what was that, 2013?
Yeah, 2013.
And like its opening weekend, people were like, oh, this is a great opening weekend. And it dropped like a rock.
I mean, it fell off the cliff.
And I think it only made like 30 some odd million. Like, it's just not as much as it's just
generally
not Scream. It's not Halloween.
A good movie at all. I love 3D, but generally speaking, most people hated that movie. Even like horror fans didn't.
I would have loved 3D if I would have gotten to see 2Ds, and that's what I'm gonna say about that. But
double Ds in 3D.
Yes, but like, it's worth noting. Like, I love Hellraiser, but I mean, I don't think a Hellraiser movie is gonna, do what these other ones would do. That's the problem when you let these things languish for so long, and then when you do bring them back, it's like Netflix movie. Who gives a shit? Like, I mean, I honestly worry that you are in an era where some of them might be getting phased out. Genuinely.
Well, I was gonna, what you said about, I was thinking on Nightmare, because everybody loves Freddy Krueger, but why are they not making a Nightmare movie? Because it's a Warner Brothers New Line property. They have the Conjuring universe, so they're probably going to focus all their eggs on that basket because the Conjuring universe keeps making money, and they can't get the legal issues. So, although I think they have now with Nightmare, but
not internationally.
By the way, Nick, I saw now. You take with a grain of salt what you see on Facebook, but it's my bedtime. I'm just kidding. Take with a grain of salt what you see on Facebook, but I saw something like they have 4 names for possible Freddy Krueger, and they're like wanting to like press forward now. And one of them was David Dastmalchian, and I can't remember who the other 3 were. I know one of them was Kevin Bacon. They still throw Kevin Bacon's name around.
Well, I can tell you that like a month ago, I followed up with Brad Miska, formerly of Bloody Disgusting. Now he owns and operates Dread Central. And I just wanted clarification, like, hey, is there anything happening with Nightmare? And he said, no, like there's not a word, not a peep. There's nothing going on in the way of Nightmare. The only Nightmare movement we had recently was the box set. Yeah. And part of that is the rights, I guess, overseas are a mess. They largely worked out the rights here in the US, but it's a fucking mess. Like, everybody talks about Friday, but this is a mess too.
One factor to that is Freddy Krueger isn't a guy that wears a mask. He is Robert Englund. And I can't even imagine the feat of trying to replace him with a very convincing Freddy Krueger that's not only solid, but you see going forward in a franchise. It's a super hard thing to do these days, and I think, you know what, they're probably just like, I don't want to even try to accomplish that, because Robert Englund was perfection. He was too good at the part, and it's like trying to replace Rocky,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I think with Nightmare as well, another thing that's going to hold it up is that WB sale. Whatever happens with WB, because New Line is under WB, so it's going to be touch and go for the projects that have already been green lit that belong to WB, let alone something that's like hasn't even worked out the rights yet. So we probably won't, until that deal is done between WB and, if it turns out to be Paramount or Netflix or whoever it ends up being, we're probably not going to see any like real movement until after that. And then I just want to say real quick about TCM, what I think they're doing here with Texas Chainsaw is it's a less of a financial risk to make a TV show. So they're like, well, let's make a TV show. They're already doing it A24 with Friday the 13th. So they're like, we feel good about this template. Let's just roll with this template. And then you roll out the streaming show. It does let people know about the property again, because if they end up going theatrically with the movie, they are going to want to bank on that money. So they're like, well, let's just go with the subscription people to get into TCM again. Let's see if we can bring TCM back and then make people interested in watching a film in the theaters. So yeah, we're not going to see a TCM show probably until 2028 at the soonest. And then a movie until, I don't know, 2030 maybe.
And what does that look like? You know, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is known for the whole Sawyer family aspect. I guess it might be easier to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre than, say, Halloween. I don't know. I mean, it's tough because I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre characters, they're not, and I could be wrong here, but I think Leatherface, of course, is extremely important. But who's extremely important outside of Leatherface in the Texas
Chainsaw family? Like,
yeah,
I guess you would make it about the family if you made a TV show, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what they could end up getting too far in the weeds and stretching, 8 episodes, and you might end up with some episodes that are just kind of like focusing on the family itself and less Leatherface chasing people. I don't know, but yeah, I'll give it a shot, right?
Yeah, and what if they bring in Brad Caleb Kane to showrun it, because he worked on Welcome to Derry, he's working on Friday the 13th, or Crystal Lake. They could bring him on, and then he's got, I think Welcome to Derry was really good. I'm hopeful for the Crystal Lake show. And yeah, when they advertise Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they could be like, remember that Ed Gein show that we just had or whatever? Like, here's one of the characters that was based on him or whatever. Yeah, but I don't know.
I was going to bring up this comment from De Jesus. He says, in this weird era of streaming, it's odd that we didn't get a follow-up to the Netflix movie. Not necessarily a follow-up, but it felt like that movie just, somebody just like dropped it on Netflix. Hey, we just made this quick little Texas movie, dropped it on Netflix.
Yeah.
People were talking about it. It was fun, especially the scene on the bus. And then why couldn't they do that every couple of years? Because it seemed like an easy thing to do, because I didn't even know Texas was coming to Netflix, and then boom, that movie just kind of sprung upon us, and was that like a one-time deal, or is that something that they could have done repeatedly? I don't know. I guess again now,
I guess that's something that, just based on what we saw in that article, they're still trying to figure all that out, if Netflix still has like the rights to the movie and how that's all going to go. But I guess we're probably going to get that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's another like Peacock A24 team up here with the TV show.
Well, the first announcement for Halloween, when John Carpenter came on board, I remember that was a really big announcement. And I think that was in 2016, maybe early 17. And we ended up getting a movie in 2018. So I think it was like a 2-year gap there, maybe not even 2 years. So we'll probably see a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie in, like you said, 2028, maybe late 2027. Who knows?
Well, it just depend. Like, if they're going to do the show first, the show probably won't be until 2028, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless they already have this thing written and they've got a rough outline and they can get it written over the next month. And I would assume you could have this thing shot by the end of this year. I mean, you
that's
definitely
true.
could.
That's true.
Well, that is the good thing, is like back in the day, TV shows, they could stretch out for over, a couple seasons,
We've just gotten used to people like the Duffer Brothers taking like 10 years to make a season of television. But I mean, look at Crystal Lake, after they reworked the writer's room, from the restarting of that to the shooting and wrapping of that, I don't even think that was a year.
And look at Alien Earth. Alien Earth was what, 8 episodes. It was spread out over 2 months, and then boom, we're done. And so now we can actually, I think they're doing another Romulus, I think in today's market, maybe it is fine, because you can get an 8 episodes, which is 8 hours of TV, an 8-hour movie, pretty much. You can get that done probably twice as long as a regular movie schedule if they're really hoofing it. And then boom, you get that out of the way, it's gone, it's out of the ether, and then boom, you jump into the movie. So maybe it'll be okay. We'll see. I
mean, I'm excited that JT Molnar is involved, because I thought Strange Darling was awesome. I think the Long Walk was well written. I mean, he wrote a screenplay based on a book that he didn't write. So, but good job. But like, I just thought Strange Darling was like a beautiful looking
fantastic
film. So I would love to see a TCM that is an ugly, gritty story, but something that looks, you know, as striking as Strange Darling, because like the color in that film was gorgeous.
Well, yeah,
bring Giovanni Ribisi.
Evil Dead Burn comes out this year, and I think they're already working on the next one, and it hasn't even come out yet. So I guess it depends on the franchise, who owns it.
Yeah, so, give me Jane Levy.
Oh man, I want her so bad. Yeah, bring her back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do. You know, I want to do this Make a Monroe story for They Follow. I don't know how you guys feel about It Follows, but man, I love that movie.
I still haven't seen it.
Get the fuck! Are you serious? You've never seen It Follows?
It's one of the ones it's been eluding me for a long time. It is on my list. I've watched like 32 movies or something this year that I've never seen before. But it is on my unseen list. But
dude, it's probably of the last. Well, this came out in 2015, I believe. So I would say the last decade, even though it's a little bit more than a decade. It Follows. I can even safely say it's my favorite movie out of the last decade. It's that good to me.
All right.
It definitely has Halloween vibes, but the score is fantastic from Disaster Piece. It's very unique, you know, like you have sex and then it's a metaphor for STDs, but she has sex and then this like being is following her and it just keeps coming after you and keeps coming after you and you can't stop. You know, and it's just a really well done, unique, artistic, intense movie for sure.
All right.
Nick, what did you think of It Follows before we jump into this story?
It Follows is same as like you said, one of my favorite movies of the one of my favorite horror movies of the 21st century.
Yes, it is so good.
It is very, very good. And furthermore, a lot of that has to do with the score is fantastic. David Robert Mitchell is clearly a student of, you know, that John Carpenter school of thought. It shows. I think it's fantastic. I mean, I genuinely do. And when they finally announced They Follow, I was so fucking stoked because I was like, thank God. Like we've been waiting for an update on this. And, you know, Micah, we're about to talk about her giving an update on this, but dude, the crazy thing is too, David Robert Mitchell, Davey, go into this understanding. He has been asked like, oh, is this a metaphor for STDs? And he said, I guess you can read it that way, but that wasn't my intent. But that's how a lot of people read it. And he was like, I just wanted to make like essentially a monster movie where like there's no explanation. Here's how it passes, and it just
keeps coming after you,
and it just keeps coming after you, and it doesn't stop. And but the movie it's gorgeous, dude. If you like 70s horror films, there's no way you won't like this. It's definitely a slow burn, like 100%.
I like that,
but it is the score is to die for. When I decorate my house every year in October for Halloween, I always listen to that score.
The score is so good. I have the vinyl for the score. It's so good.
It's so good. It's this heavy synth, like it's amazing.
It's legitimately scary too. Like this movie, it's frightening.
He did something too to make it timeless because he never wanted the movie to age itself. So like when you watch it, you'll see someone using like a reading device that's like a clamshell. You're like, what the fuck is that? You'll see old movies on the TV on like a tube TV, black and white, but yet they're driving cars from like the early 2000s.
Gotcha. Okay. I dig that. Awesome. Yeah.
It's an experience. I'm telling you, It Follows is an experience. Watch it in a very dark room with your system cranked because the score is so good. And you just will get lost in this movie.
And dude, Lee, all I'll say, because I'm not going to spoil it for Davey, but that fucking scene in the doorway in the house, well, the first time I watched it, that shit scared the shit out of me, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
And then the other scene, which I won't spoil,
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Yeah, it's like it'll make you feel uncomfortable, bro. You're like, what is happening? Yeah.
Man, it's so good. I wish Arrow would put out a release for It Follows. Can you imagine, Nick? It would be amazing.
Oh, dude, I'd get it day one. It wouldn't
Day
even be a
one, dude.
conversation.
Day one. I'd buy 2 copies. Fuck it, man. That movie's so
Yeah,
good.
I've got to check it out because I really loved her in I thought she was amazing in Long Legs. And then I just saw her in that Resident Evil commercial for the new video game that was I was like, damn, that's really cool that they got her to be in
this
that.
was a boost for Micah Monroe because she did The Guest before this. And nobody really thought much of her in The Guest, but then this movie comes out, and I think she's a standout in the movie for sure. She's really good.
Man, it's just it's so good. Like if there's a movie that needs to jump to the top of your list to watch, It Follows. Like it really is.
Yep.
All right.
So let's read through this story. Micah Monroe offers They Follow update. I've heard some good news. This is 11 years, and we still haven't had They Follow. So Micah Monroe has provided another update. They Follow, the sequel to It Follows that was announced back in 2023. Rumors have been spreading that it will be happening, Micah. Monroe tells EW. I would stay positive because I've heard some good news recently. What does that mean? Monroe will reprise her role as Jay Height, who was pursued by a supernatural entity in the 2014 modern horror classic. A decade later, the threat is everywhere. It's not at all what I expected. Where you would find Jay, which I thought was really interesting, Monroe continues. I was like, whoa, cool, which I think the audience will probably have a similar reaction. She adds, I know this might sound cliche, but it's staying true to the original where we're bringing back all of the same team. The story is very much still in that space, but it's just grander. And I'm really, really excited for it. Writer-director David Robert Mitchell is back at the helm. Composer Disaster Piece is in talks to return as well. That's a must. And Neon and Good Fear Content are producing the sequel. So it's a little bit of hope there, but, man, what a freaking movie. I was talking about Barry. Go ahead.
It was like a year or so ago where it wasn't even like rumored. It was greenlit. Like they got the green light, and they said that David Robert Mitchell had inked a deal to come back, and so did Monroe. So like it wasn't even rumors. It was confirmed. I think what happened probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it was either a studio shakeup of like, hey, are we going to, run it back with this studio, or are we going to go somewhere else with it? Or if it was more of a like securing financing, it's got to be something like that because David has said he has a script written for this movie. I
can't imagine people not getting on board to try to get this thing made as quick as possible, just because of how much love the first movie has. It's got a cult fan base for sure.
That thing blew up on the festival circuit. That's where the word started getting out, and then
everybody was talking about it.
It did really well. I think it made good money at the box office. It was only a limited release, but its per theater average was ridiculous. And the word of mouth was insane. I can't believe it took them over a decade to jump on a sequel. I genuinely can't.
Yeah, I saw it in a packed house. It was a word of mouth movie. Like people started talking about it, and it had been out a couple weeks when I saw it. And packed house, the theater's just completely silent, and they got a really good sound system and everything. And you could tell that movie was getting under a lot of people's skin. People were jumping like, whoa, what the? Yeah. And it's not so often that we get movies of that caliber that genuinely scare you. And fantastic movie. Yeah. Barry brought up a good point. He said, you had Psycho in 1960, then you had Halloween in 1978, and then you had It. Like he was saying, there's like a leapfrog type thing. There's like a phenomenon type movie that happens ever so often, and It Follows kind of landed in that area where everybody was just like talking about it. So yeah, it's the number one movie I want so bad, just because I love It Follows so much. But
yeah, and I wonder if it got pushed back because they say in this article that it was announced in 2023. Wasn't that when they had the strike because of all the AI stuff, or 2024 they did that? So I just wonder if some of the
probably
striking happened to like just jumble up people's schedules, or it is kind of odd because we're here you know, a couple years removed from that announcement.
Are there any other news that you guys would like to talk about or anything? I think I've covered everything on my list. Is there anything you guys wanted to talk about, or we could field the chat if they want to bring something up?
I guess I'll ask both of you guys this question because this was something I talked about earlier.
Okay.
Starting with you, Davey, what's your favorite Valentine's Day horror film?
Favorite Valentine's Day. For me, I think I got to go with the original My Bloody Valentine. I really dig that one quite a bit. I like it a lot more than the remake. I like it a hell of a lot more than Valentine from 2001, which I think is a very rough experience. But I really liked Hard Eyes from last year. I thought that was really fun. So like Hard Eyes is kind of like right up there. I guess I just give the edge to My Bloody Valentine since they're like the OGs, and I love how natural that cast. Like I love the chemistry of that cast. But yeah, we don't have enough. There's not enough.
I was going to say there's not that many of them. You got one that nobody ever talks about that is one of my favorites is Hospital Massacre or X-Ray. That one came out in 1981, X-Ray. I believe, with former Playboy playmate Barbie Benton is in it. It's a Canon Films movie. It's cheesy as hell, but I love it. And the killer wears like I guess a nursing or a doctor's type outfit because it's a hospital. It's a hospital slasher. It's a Valentine's Day movie. And it's really fun. It's so tough because I like all Valentine's Day horror movies, but it's hard for me to say which one I like the best. I loved Hard Eyes. The thing about Hard Eyes, when I walked, I was like, every slasher fan is going to absolutely adore this movie. That's what I thought about Hard Eyes when I walked. And sure enough, I look on some of my peers are like, I didn't like it at all. How do you not fucking like that movie? It's insanity.
A lot of people
great
did
kills.
not like it.
It had a crazy scream-like final act.
That's one of those moments where you remind yourself, though, because I did, that Twitter is not real life. And like,
yeah, it's not.
Because I was seeing so many people put that at the bottom of their like year-end list, and I'm like, you guys are insane. Like,
that's insanity.
I also didn't really care for the killer reveal. Like, I'll admit that was underwhelming as hell and really far-fetched. But everything else, like 90% of that movie is fucking awesome.
The movie was like a box of chocolates. It really was. It just put a big smile on your face the whole time. It had that like romance type thing going, but it had great. The killer looked fucking awesome too with the mask and everything.
My whole thing with Hard Eyes, like I saw people that were just like, what were you expecting from this movie? Like, did you think this movie was gonna be like some sort of Zach Kreger think piece or like a Filippo Brothers like psychological horror?
Unless you just don't like slasher movies set on Valentine's Day, then maybe
it was a film to me that advertised exactly what it was, and I thought it delivered on what it advertised itself as. So I am going to qualify it as a success, a good movie. And like I would love to see more from Hard Eyes. I like lean into the weird shit. Show me more of that night vision. Make the eyes glow a little bit more.
Well, they're talking about a sequel, aren't they?
They greenlit it like a week ago. It's just crazy to me too because it's these people that will be the first bitching. We don't get enough fun slasher movies anymore, man. We do. You just bitch about them when we get them. Like it's like I genuinely think, and I said this earlier, I just think part of it was that people were expecting something maybe more elevated, maybe more highbrow. Like they were, and what they got was like kind of akin to Scream ripoffs of the 2000s. And that's kind of what it is. Like it's very much a Scream movie in a way. But I would say that the killer design was unique. And when that killer is in the getup, a tank, bro, a literal tank. So like, I had a blast with it, man. I really did. And Mason Gooding can do no wrong. Like, I love that dude. It's a great movie, you know, for what it is. It's a great movie.
Okay, it is that whole scene, the massacre at the movie theater. I was like, this guy's like Jason Voorhees right here.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, so that's why when the reveal happened, I was like, yeah, no fucking way. But
they didn't hold back.
They can improve on that, but I'd love to see another Hard Eyes movie. Yeah.
Happy Birthday to Me was not set on Valentine's Day. I got a list here. One that we didn't mention was The Loved Ones, which is fantastic. That one, oh, dude, Nick, you got to see it. It's an Australian movie. It's about this. And I like movies set in high school, like horror movies set in high school. And it's about this girl. She's got the hots for this guy, and she asks him to the prom, and he says no. And he should not.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Because she and her dad kidnap him.
Yeah.
And they torture him for the rest of the movie.
No.
It gets crazy. It doesn't hold
life
back
lesson,
either.
guys. Don't say no. You know,
don't say no.
Someone asks you to prom, just say yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Happy Death Day to You is a Valentine's Day horror movie.
Oh.
I love Happy Death Day to You, and I don't care what anybody says.
Lover's Lane. That's what I don't think I've seen Lover's Lane. A slasher focusing on a killer targeting lovers at a popular makeout spot. There you go. 2000.
Sounds like the Zodiac Killer.
See, we didn't have that. We didn't have like popular makeout spots like where it was like, oh, we all park the car here on this hill. No, we made out like under the bleachers and like, you know, like that. It's crazy. Society's so different. That part of me wishes I could have lived in the 70s and 80s and had those like park the car on a fucking hill and you know.
You're getting an HJ while 10 other guys are getting HJs just right next to you.
Yeah, but you're all like, hell yeah, dude. Like, you know, you see the guy and you're like, yeah. Like, I don't know.
I have some great stories. Being a teenager in the 80s was fucking awesome. I'll just say that. Okay.
I bet. Yeah. No cameras
Nobody was looking
everywhere.
at
You could do whatever.
Everybody was, you know, I grew up in a small town too. And, you know, we would just every Friday and Saturday night, we would drive down the strip, Highway 45, Highway 82, go through the Sonic drive-through, go back down, go to the other end of 45, go through the Sonic drive-through, and just everybody would just like try to hook up. That's what it was.
Yeah,
what's up, girl? You know, just,
see, it's totally different these days. Like you can't go if you go somewhere in public. Most of the time, at least me, and I don't really go out, but when I do, it's like I don't approach people because you never know if they're gonna be like, get away from me. So it's like I'm just not even gonna try to fucking talk to you. But like in the 80s, it's all people did was approach each other and organically start up conversation. But I think that like COVID ruined all of that for society.
COVID and social media. Like when I open up like X now, I'm like, oh my God. And I got to close it because it's just freaking crazy what's going on with society now. It's just insane. And back in the 80s, we didn't have that so much, you know? It was we didn't have that at all, really.
People used to like, there was like a risk of going up to somebody at a bar or at a social event and like letting them know you're interested by engaging them in conversation. But now I think in a large part, like men have stopped doing that because we're made to feel like creepy or borderline criminal if we talk to somebody that didn't want us to talk to them, even though there's no way we would have known that. And then also dating apps just keeps people.
Oh my God.
They just have they keep you at arm's length.
Dude,
right?
Davey,
because they don't want to meet you in person because they can sift through 50 to 100 guys that just liked them on an app because women get a lot of guys that like them. Guys don't see so much the other way.
And so Lee, you're lucky that you're married because
I never went
somebody
that's been married since 1980.
Like frequenting I don't anymore, but like a couple of weeks ago I was like, I'm gonna try the dating app thing again. It's a cesspool. I mean, I'm serious. 60 to 70% of the women on there have no intent of actually getting to know you. They're trying to sell something. And it's like, I matched with somebody and we were having a normal conversation and I was like, all right, yeah, well, take my number. We'll get off the app. And she said, if you buy some content. And I said, no fucking way, dude. Like
that's crazy.
But that's what it is these days, man.
That a horse says what?
I mean, hey, if the shoe fits, it's just one of those things where it's like, I genuinely said, I was like, do you not have interest in like actually getting to know a real human? Like, is this just like transactional? Weird. It's really weird. I don't know. So.
And unfortunately, I think, and I don't think this is, obviously it's not everyone. It's like speaking in generalities, but what I see a lot of on the apps are like people that are kind of looking for a way out and sort of, they're like, here are my ridiculously high standards. And this is what I expect from you. I will bring nothing to the table. So see if you can earn this attention. And so sometimes I'm just like, I'm like, man, what is this person really bringing to the table? Like, other than a body, which is, I mean, everyone should want to be more than just that. I mean, if I would hope
that
so
back in the
social
80s,
media has created that. Social media.
But it's
has
basically
created
like
that.
every woman deserve, like the way social media perceives it. Every woman, regardless of her situation, what she looks like, blah 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 blah, deserves a 6'2" guy that makes 6 to 7 figures a year.
Oh, you see those videos on the street where like a dude will walk up to like, what? How much does a guy need to make for you to even like talk to him? Oh, 100,000.
Double what I make.
Yeah, it's like, what fucking world do you live in where like every Joe Blow on Tinder is like, yeah, I make 250K. Like, get the fuck out. It's just ridiculous.
And people that fit that criteria are not going to put up with a bunch of bullshit. They're not interested in like, oh, you have like 4 baby daddies? Cool, let me sign up for that.
A guy that's making 250K is not going to be like, I'm going to get on Tinder. No, like, no.
Like, let me ask you guys, because maybe you'll have an answer for me. Does this still exist? And kind of how my wife and I met. When I first came in the military, we had like a dorm type setup, after you went through basic training and all that. And after I went through my tech school and all that for my craft, then I went to my first base, where you do your job and everything. And we lived in the dorms, and my wife was in the finance side of things, and she had her dorms, and we would all have like parties on the weekend, and everybody, and word would get out, hey, they're having a party over at the finance dorm or wherever. And that's how we met. We ended up going to a party, and hi, how are you doing? And you just talk to each other, and let's exchange numbers. And
I don't know if that exists anymore, Lee. I can tell you that in my 20s it existed, my early 20s, because me and my buddies were throwing house parties all the time. But like, full disclosure, I don't think I was in the headspace at the time for a serious relationship. So I probably had many opportunities that I sought other things at the time than long-term commitment. And so now I'm probably like, I might have missed that boat. But it was a thing 10 years ago where people still did that.
Yeah. I think that nowadays it's just that people are, it's almost too committal for somebody to actually like be open to meeting somebody in person. They would rather meet them online and have that buffer. And be able to feel them out, digitally, like get an idea of like the kind of person they are, instead of just like just meet up and see if you like, do you even like the way the person smells? Like, do your pheromones even match up? Like, that for me is huge. Like, I think in
reality, that's the better way to go, is to actually meet up in a group or something like that, and mingle with each other and just have conversations with each other. That would work better than what we're doing today by talking online. Yeah, sure, that works sometimes. I think, honestly, because I run a horror group, Killer Flicks, and I
thought you were going to say you run a horror house. I was like,
that too, but
can I go work for you?
I have literally seen at least half a dozen relationships, and even maybe 1 or 2 marriages come out of my horror group, and it blows my mind sometimes. And I've had this group since 2016, so 10 years this year, and I know people that have gotten in relationships through Killer Flicks, and I think that's actually a cool thing, because you have similar interests. You get to know each other through just talking about Valentine's Day horror movies. So you actually, it's not like just a blank slate. Okay, now I got to jump in. I don't know this person at all. Do I want to even spend this time doing this? Horror groups are a good idea, because you get a chance to know people as friends.
Any social group.
Dive in. Yeah.
Any social group with a shared interest.
I was talking to one of my subordinate managers. She's worked for me for years. The other night, we were just like talking at work, and I was like, yeah, I honestly think, she was asking me how the dating apps thing was going. I was like, not great. I was like, I think the way I'm going to have to meet somebody is just going to have to legitimately probably be through YouTube, like where like somebody that likes the things that I like.
That's happened a lot, actually.
Trust me, like there have been close calls, like, where it's been like, oh, this person's cool. Like, so I genuinely think that's what's going to have to happen, because when I was married, I mean, had I known at the time, I wouldn't have married the person, but like, she thought the whole YouTube thing, like she didn't really have those similar interests. She was not at all supportive of like me wanting to be a content creator in any form or fashion.
That's tough. Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like I'd have to meet somebody that way. So they already know that side of me. And they're like, oh, so you're like super fucking weird. And you like, yes, yeah, like I'm really weird, like horror movies, like, but there's other aspects of my life. I'd rather like introduce myself to someone that way than like be like, oh yeah, I'm normal, I'm proper. Hey, come over to my house. And see in my bedroom, I've got Halloween posters all over the walls. You know what I mean? I'd rather them know that ahead of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, what's with the Chucky thing that's up there? Can we?
And Nick, your apartment's on fire, by the way.
No, it's a house. Thank you.
Oh, house. Sorry.
And no, I know those are lights from Spirit Halloween. I got them years ago when I used to work there. You know, the ones they put in the ISEs for the displays. 1 year after the season, my boss was like, do you want some of these? I was like, fuck yeah, I do. So I took them.
Nick, you brought up a good point about YouTube, though, and relationships, because when I started YouTube, I do think there is a such thing as a YouTube addiction. And I think I had it when I started. And what I mean by that is I felt like I had to make a video about everything, you know, especially in terms of like horror. And I was making like videos like daily. And you know, being married, and at the time, I think my son was still living at home, and I literally had to make myself take a step back and say, "Whoa, I'm starting to like pick this over spending time with, you know, maybe my son or something like that, or my wife." And
I don't do YouTube stuff when my son's here. I don't.
Yeah, and that's the rule I make for myself now. There's a lot of videos I see, like I'll see at peers, they'll be putting out videos on things, and I'm like, God, I need to get a video. No, I can't do it. I just I skip a lot now. I do stuff that I get the time to do. Like I wanted to do a video for Iron Lung. Right now I don't have the time to go see it, you know. So maybe I'll go see it Saturday. But back in the day, I used to be like, I gotta get there Thursday night. I gotta see the movie Thursday night. I gotta get home. I gotta get that video out. It's 2:00 in the morning now.
Jason Carpenter's comment is killing me. I tell him straight up, I love Jason Takes Manhattan.
I tell them straight up,
like, hey,
straight up, this ain't gonna work if you have an issue with this.
Yep.
I love Jason Takes Manhattan.
If you're a Halloween Ends hater, you might as well walk out the door. It was funny too. We had been separated for a year and a half by the time Ends came out. And one weekend when I was going to pick up my son, her and I got to talking a little bit. I was like, yeah, I went and saw the new Halloween movie. She's like, yeah, I watched it on Peacock. It was fucking stupid. And I was like, yeah, this is why we got divorced. You know, like, it's just never going to work.
You're stupid.
She literally said it was like a love story about a motorcycle. I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Every Joe Sixpack I talked to in real life, you know, if I would mention Halloween Ends, all of them hated it. You know, if you were in our space and you're into like horror like we are, dude, there was a chance that you were going to find somebody that loved it. But every single person
when
in
it
my
happens,
life hated it.
When it comes up organically in my everyday life, I lie. Because I had a guy come into my work a couple months ago and he saw my tattoo on my arm. He goes, that's from John Carpenter's Halloween. I was like, yeah, it is. Like most people just think it's like a Halloween thing. And he was like, dude, I'm a huge fan of those movies. I was like, yeah, me too. He's like, I fucking hated that last one, dude. And I was like,
there you go.
And you know, I said, I was like, yeah, man, a lot of people did. But I didn't say like, no, I love it. Like,
I've had people be like that movie was a slap in the face to Michael Myers. And I'm like, I completely disagree, but whatever.
Joe Sixpack hates Halloween Ends. I've come to that conclusion.
Well, Joe Sixpack doesn't have a six-pack. Joe's got a six-pack in his fridge. So
and it's, you know, like meeting somebody, I used to meet people like when I was playing music, I would meet people, you know, at shows or just in the group. Like, so you're doing house shows or you're out playing gigs with your buddies and you just, you know, friend groups intermingle and then you just like start talking to some chick and hit it off. And it's like, so yeah, I get what you're saying, Nick, as far as meeting someone like through this platform. Like, I mean, that's how like I'm seeing somebody long distance and that's how I met him. So
I just feel like that's what has to happen. Like, especially as we get older, like we don't have time to waste on like, oh, hey, the simple pleasantries. Like, I want somebody to know like the weird sides of me first. Cause if you can't accept the weird sides of me, this ain't going to work. If we're 6 months in and you're learning this stuff and you're like, I can't do this. It's like, well, fuck.
Even so the young woman that I'm seeing, she's like into really crazy horror stuff. Like Halloween is like small potatoes as far as like
potatoes.
the
Davey's like,
go.
Davey's like, you should hear the shit she said she wants to do to me, bro.
No,
she's like in the faces of death and shit.
She's like, have you seen August Underground? And I'm like, no, like I don't even know what these things are. And then I read about them, and I'm like, oh my god, like these movies don't even have narratives. They're just like, it's just like brutal, I guess, realistic gore that's supposed to look like real life torture.
You could have a close friend like Christian that will recommend some of the absolute worst movies you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll sell them like, dude, you got to see this. You got to see this. And then you watch it and you're like, what the fuck did you make me watch?
Did he make one about hobgoblins? Because everyone like came out loving hobgoblins. And I'm like,
we did a live commentary for it because Christian made a joke on Unita like 3 years ago, like because people kept saying, dude, you guys should do a hobgoblins commentary. And Christian was like, I ain't doing that unless someone pays $500. Dude, the next day, Zach PayPal'd, his name's Retro Zach on here, Christian $500.
Yeah,
so we would watch it.
Yeah.
And then Christian was pissed that we had to do it. So he was like, and he was like, hobgoblins too, I ain't doing it for less than $1,000. And he's like, I know no one's gonna pay $1,000.
It's that bad.
But no, he told me to watch a movie a couple years ago called Hate Crime. It is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. And sometimes he gives me, the other night he was sending me voice messages randomly. He's like, Nick, you gotta watch this movie. I just watched this. It's horrible. You gotta watch this. And I'm like, okay, I will. He's like, no, I'm serious, dude. You have to. Guess what? I have not watched it because it's probably dog shit.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I stopped doing patron requests. To be fair, a lot of the movies were good, but there was this one guy. It was his own movie. He made his own movie. And it was one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was honest about, the movie. I'm not gonna lie, but eventually I had to I had to take away tears in my patron because I just didn't have time to review all these movies that, let's face it, maybe your heart's not in it. I don't know. And so I was like, that's not fair for me to review something and my heart not be in it. So I'd rather just not take their money. So that's why I just got rid of my top 2 tiers, because I don't want to review stuff that I'm not like passionate about. I've never wanted YouTube to feel like a job. You know what I mean?
I've actually been thinking the last couple of weeks I'm gonna have to edit my tiers because I have one of the tiers that says like request, this.
You will be so happy when you do. It's like right now it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
One guy like 2 years ago got really mad at me because he like wanted to send me some stuff. So I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And he's a patron. He's like, I want you to like do reviews for these 2 movies I just sent you. Dude, I'd never heard of these things. I watched one of them and I was like, this is not my flavor at all. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm just not I can't dedicate the time to like film and edit when personally, I just was not a fan. And like, I also didn't want to be like a dick and, shit on these things he sent me. He got really pissed at me. And I'm like, dude, I didn't ask you to send me anything. But that's the thing. It's like, I didn't ask for this. It's shitty to put someone in that position where it's like, here, I want to do something nice for you. Now do this for me because I did this. Whoa, what the fuck?
I've had people send me movies before, and there was no like condition that I was going to review them. And then they start pestering me like, when are you going to review that? I didn't say I'd review it. I didn't ask you to send it to me. But they send it, it's very nice, but that's kind of like you get followers that do that stuff with these expectations. And so, Nick, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not telling you what to do, but it was like a freaking weight off my shoulders when I finally dropped my Patreon.
I haven't dropped the tier that tier is, but I have changed it on my Patreon to where what I do now is I put a list of movies once a week for a live commentary. I choose the options and I let them pick from the options. I no longer do like here, tell me something to watch. No, I'm going to give you options and you guys can pick the option because I ain't sitting and watching fucking 3 hours of God knows what. It's no.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like however much that tier is a month, that person's paying maybe $5 or $10 or something. The amount of time it takes, sometimes even just shooting a review could probably take like 45 minutes to an hour to get everything you want.
That was my number one reason, time.
Yeah, editing is 3 hours, editing and doing a thumbnail or whatever, depending on how much you have to cut it all up. So it's quite a bit. And also like, I've even had people that are like, oh, you should watch this movie. You should watch that movie. You should review this. And I'm like, well, I don't really do reviews. Like I've tried a couple times to do standard reviews. They have never done well consistently. So it's like, I'm not against watching the movie and talking about it on a live stream if it comes up or whatever, but to do a dedicated video that's just a review. If I have something deeper to say about it, sure. Like I love that, you know, the way you do some of your videos, Nick, like it's almost like instead of doing a review, you find something to talk about,
find an angle.
The movie that you haven't talked about, either that subject or maybe you've like shown a light on something new that you've noticed. Like I like that style because it's still kind of a review. It's just not your standard like academic review, you know, I kind of like that because
it makes it easier for me to talk about that way too, because when I feel like it's just a review, I feel like it's very run of the mill.
It can get stale.
Like, and so when I did the Scream series like 2 weeks ago and I went over every movie, it wasn't like Scream 3 review. No, it was like Scream 3, and I believe is like underrated or something. And all I did in the video was like talk about why it's underrated. I didn't give a review. So the plot is this, and then in this they do this. No, because like that's not fun for me anyway. You know, it's like so. No,
I think creators in our space and really everywhere now are smarter than they were 10 years ago. It could just because you have to, it's sink or swim on YouTube now, and I don't think you can do YouTube the way you did it 10 years ago, and because the algorithm changes. But I just noticed that people have gotten so much more creative about how they package their videos, how they title their videos, their thumbnails. All of it matters now. And if you're a certain type of creator and you put, Halloween 4 movie review, that's not enough. You know, for some people it might be, but for most people it's not. Especially if you're just jumping into
Halloween 4 doesn't have atmosphere.
Yeah,
that's what you need to call
you're right.
Or Halloween 4 is overrated. Like I did like 2 years ago, and like that title alone makes people go, "Oh, what's this motherfucker talking about?" Like,
people are like, "This is my favorite." Lee is all like, "That's my favorite fucking movie in the franchise."
and you know, I think I actually had similar to what we were just talking about. Somebody yesterday had commented on my video I did about like why can't Stu be alive, and it was just like me explaining why is that a problem. Like, not saying he is, but I'm just curious. I wanted to start a dialogue, and somebody had asked me a question. And it took me like 2 hours. I got home from work and I replied, and I was like, yeah, sure, tell me. And he replied and was like, took you long enough to reply. And I was like, excuse the shit out of me. I work 50 hours a week, bro. And then on my off days, I have a 6-year-old son that is attached at my hip. Like I straight up said, I was like, I don't have the time to check every time I get a notification for a comment. No, I usually block it out. It's like, okay, it's 10 p.m. I'll catch up on my comments from today's video. Like that's normally what I do. I'm not stopping my life and putting it on hold for, it's
I get to say the one that cracked me up the other day was on my breakdown of that Super Bowl ad. It was like, whoa, take it easy, go take a walk and breathe. We'll find out when the movie comes out. And I'm like, I'm totally calm. Like I started a YouTube channel so I could talk about this stuff. Like, like I'm not going to have a horror channel and then be like, oh, I'm just going to keep calm and not make any videos. Like, no, dude.
The one that drives me crazy too is like people will say, it's like they want a 1-minute video. That's pretty much it. Like if you're doing a review on something, they want in and out. They want you to tell you if you liked it, and then
TikTok brain.
Yeah. So I constantly get this. Get to the point. People it's like, what? I want to tell you. I want to dive into the movie. I want to tell you what works and what doesn't. I don't want to just say, Iron Lung was good. Okay, have a nice day.
Why not?
Like, I sit there and I'm like, oh my god, am I getting to like if I cover a news article, am I getting to the article within like a minute and a half? Like I think about those things because I've had people that jump into the comments and they're like, most people ask for people to like and subscribe at the end of videos. It makes you feel a little bit desperate when you do it at the beginning. And I'm like, dude, it takes 8 seconds. I'm doing this all for free. It was 8 seconds. Fuck off. Start your own channel.
I mean, I personally don't care. It doesn't bother me. I've seen my fair share of comments like that simply just because, and I know this, Christian and I have talked about this. I'm very opinionated. So it's like, my strong opinions on some things, even though I don't put other people down for theirs, it pisses them off that I feel so strongly about something that they don't like. So they're like, how can you think this way? You're a fucking idiot, basically. And it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm fucking stupid. Like, I don't know what else to say. If you've already made your mind up, I'm dumb. So, but you know, you can't please them. I mean, you genuinely can't. So it just gets to a point where it's like, sometimes I'll just throw them a heart, or sometimes I wake up feeling dangerous. And like the other day when I made that, I reposted the poster of Scream 7, and that thing kind of blew up. And I was getting all the boycotters, and I would literally just reply and just, as the kids call it, I'd ratio them and just be like one person I just said, get help. Like another person I just said, shut up and enjoy your boycott. Like, I don't have the time to deal with your fucking idiocy. Like, I'm just going to make you feel stupid. Like,
but now Lee is joining the boycotters because he is officially on Team Sam and Tara. So it's all over.
It's official.
You are now. I guess he's a full blown Carpenter sister lover, and Sydney is old news.
Well, I did come back around to Sydney during that when she says, "Get away from my daughter."
Where's my vodka? That's how I'm always gonna hear it. Is that now?
Hell yeah!
I guess we'll start wrapping it up here. Nick, what do you got on the horizon? Are you doing anything weird and strange on your channel lately?
I'm a weird and strange dude, but so right before I did a live stream tonight with Justin, I recorded another tier list because people in the comments were like, "Dude, do another one," and I was like, "Okay." So I did a remakes one, so that'll come out tomorrow, and the lowest tier on this, there's Super Booty Butt Cheeks this time, but there's one below that, which
Super
is
Booty Butt Cheeks.
It's really bad. The tier below that though is titled Black Christmas 2019.
There you go.
That's the lowest tier.
That is definitely low.
Yeah, but that was fun. I'm also going to be recording with my buddy Jaden, I think tomorrow, for another episode of the show Pod Goblins we do, which is just kind of nonsense, but it's fun. And I don't know, I one of my superiors at work made a comment the other day, or about a week or two ago, that kind of fired me up. About me doing YouTube and stuff. And so I'm kind of putting my head down and going, okay, well, I'll apply myself like I did a couple months ago when I was seeing great dividends on my channel. I'll just try to do that consistently now, so I can hopefully get to a point here soon where I can just say fuck you. So I don't know. I mean, these things come to me daily. I mean,
so your supervisor was giving you shit about doing YouTube?
Long story short, last year when I went through my divorce, I went to the owner and I was like, "Hey, can I have an advance to pay for this attorney?" Because it was thousands that I needed to pay. And he said, "Yeah," and it's my money. And so I paid it all back to the owner and everything. But the guy below him, who's like the director of operations, he got mad a couple weeks ago. We were having a meeting, and I got on my phone to just hit make public for a YouTube video, and he said something the next day about how, like, I'm just going to let you know I was really pissed off when I saw you scroll on your phone. And I was like, I just want to let you know I wasn't scrolling. I was just hitting like make public on a YouTube video. It took me like 5 seconds. He's like, "Oh yeah, well maybe next time you need an advance, you can ask YouTube." And I was like, all right, I got you, dude. So, I mean, it went further than that. He and I were kind of screaming at each other, and I was just like, I don't know. Anyway,
if I come to work and I'm doing my job and I'm kicking ass, leave me the fuck alone, okay? Let me do my thing, but I can't stand.
Stay the fuck out of my business.
Well, the thing is too, he wasn't even talking at the time that I got on my phone for 5 seconds. There was nothing happening. So I was like, I'm just going to do this really quick. But whatever, he is what he is. But
just looking for that opportunity.
Yeah. But JJ, you're right. He wants yes men, and he doesn't like the fact that I will push back and be like, "Oh no, this is actually bullshit." So we've had we've had tit for tat a couple times, but yeah. So I kind of took that personal because it's like, well, you say that in jest, but yeah, actually YouTube can be a pretty good source of income,
it sure can.
Yeah. Last September, I mean, I made over $2,000 in a month in one month on YouTube. And I was like, if I could do that consistently and then do more than that, it's like, what the fuck do I need you guys for? So,
Yep.
yeah, it kind of
Especially when you got
fired.
a boss like that.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
fired me up to where I was like, okay, all right, yeah, cool.
I had a boss at my last job when we lived in Melbourne, and literally he had no personality whatsoever. And we never, I worked there for like a year and a half. We never once had a genuine personal conversation. Everything we ever talked about was about work, nothing else. And he was a wooden plank. That's what he was, just a complete dick. And I think the thing that drove me nuts, because we'd have these morning meetings, and some of these guys were like, 60, 65 years old. They've seen a lot. And he's like 29 years old. And the way he would talk to these guys made me want to punch him in the fucking face. It's like, dude, show a little respect, okay? Because these guys, they show up every day. They probably don't even want to be doing this shit at their age, and they're working their ass off, and you're going to talk to them like that. And I was so glad to get out of that job, because that guy, we've all had a bad boss, right? But yeah, man, that guy was.
It's just these days, it just seems like these motherfuckers care about one thing and one thing only. That's profit. That's not the people that do the heavy lifting. It's not the people. It's just like to them, you are a cog in the machine. You're a means to an end for them. And
you know what this guy said to me one time? He said, "You know what I don't like about you, Lee? I don't like that people like you so much." He literally said that, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this information. You don't like that people like me? Are you serious?
They need to be loyal to me, Lee.
Yeah. Well,
so
he
turned on me. Yeah.
Christian said something a couple months ago on UNITA, and he was like, I advise everybody these days to quiet quit your job. And I was like, buddy, I still do a good job when I'm there, to where I know my job's not in danger. We turn a healthy profit every week. So like, I know I'm doing enough to keep my head above water there, but at the same time, I will not go above and beyond for you motherfuckers.
No,
anymore.
that's how you do it.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And
that's a good way to put it. Quiet quit your job. Yep.
And I'm also not going to just take your shit. That's not, no.
Yeah.
No. Davey, what do you got coming up? What you working on?
I've just been so busy going live the last handful of days. I haven't even really thought about it too much. So I do have, I broke down that trailer, the Super Bowl trailer, in slow motion without the disturbing audio on my channel. So if you haven't checked that out, disturbing commentary from us, just honestly, I really don't know what I'm going to get up to this weekend, but I know it's going to be pretty fun. I'm thinking of doing some sort of I don't know. I don't want to tip my hat too much here. But I've got some ideas for videos, and I'll be going live this weekend for sure. So nothing really on the agenda other than
I got a lot on my plate, actually, because Saturday my wife works, so that's my day to freaking just go hard on YouTube. So I got to do January wrap up. I'm going to wrap up. I think I only did like 7 movies, 7 new releases, but I'm also doing me and my wife have been going through all these 90s thrillers and some modern thrillers, and I came up with 2 lists. One of them's got like 12, another one's got like 12, and those are going to be really fun. Just thrillers, just various thrillers, not every thriller. So yeah, because every now and then you got to do something for you that's just really fun, and you don't care about the views. And usually those are the ones that get the views anyway. So I'm going to do that. Strangers Chapter 3 I'm seeing tomorrow night.
Oh God!
And I'm actually really excited. I'm the only guy excited for Strangers Chapter 3.
See, I'm looking forward to that
Nick's
whistle
like, there's
movie.
something in my mouth. What's that taste?
Yeah, shit.
And I heard, did you hear they're adding like another bag face killer for the supercut? So they're adding some shit for the supercut.
Oh, what? Really? Interesting.
I saw something here on Bloody Disgusting.
The diarrhea cut. Can't wait.
That's I'm really
excited.
So you're gonna get diarrhea cut.
Yeah.
The keys.
Yeah, man. You know what? Fauci's gonna love it. Fauci's gonna love it. He's gonna be like, dude, I fucking loved I loved the Strangers Chapter 2 or Chapter 3. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah. Like, you know what, Fauci?
He's been a fan of the last 2, right?
I know. So he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's not even gonna allow himself to not like it. He's gonna just go in and be like,
"This is good.
It was awesome." Like,
I'm kind of in the middle because I don't like the first one and I really like the second one. So the third one could go either way. It could freaking go out the window and I could end up hating it, or it could continue the course and do something crazy that I like. So I like going into a movie not knowing. Like, I'm 50-50. I don't know what I'm going to think about this movie. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yes.
All right.
I can see the thumbnail now.
Oh yeah. You're already you've talked about my
I was actually shocked.
I know.
By how much I like.
I did that on purpose too for Nick. He's
I know.
Nick,
I know.
But I was shocked.
Lee, you have you have a way with your thumbnails where it generates buzz, like where people are like, I got to see what this motherfucker.
Yeah. I tell you what, Nick, you give me the line and I'll put it on my thumbnail. What's the line I should? I don't care if I like it or not.
No, yeah. It just needs to be like, I am shocked, ... whether that's good or bad.
All right, that's what I'm putting.
And it needs to be like a surprised face. And then it's probably going to be Lee going like, I'm shocked at how good this was. Like, but, or maybe it's the alternative and you go in optimistic and that optimism turns out to be like, wow, I shouldn't have been optimistic. This was a train wreck.
I was hoping you would say something like macaroni salad, ! 3 times. And then I put that on there, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is?" Wait.
No. You got to do Christian, one of Christian's favorites. Better than the original? ? Like that will really piss people off. Because I just all I'm saying is I can't wait to find out who the strangers are and why they're doing what they're doing. Because that's just the fucking point of the strangers. Can't wait.
I don't think Christian will mind me saying this. I like his content drives me up the fucking wall because I'll be scrolling my wall and look at that. They got this, Christian shit. And then I pause and I look at it. I'm like, what is he doing? Because you don't know what he's talking about. No. And his thumbnails are like, I got nothing for you. And it just so I'm like,
the Halloween 5 release that you have to own.
He'll give you a nugget. He'll say, I can't believe this happened, or something like that. Just something so vague.
He did better than the original with Black Phone too.
Yeah,
right.
Yep. No, he does that all that. It's literally his thing. We've done it on Unita before. We've done it on Unita just to like get we're gonna rile people up, and it works. And but he's a troll, and that's just the funny thing is like a lot of people don't know that he's a troll. Like, and Christian's the type of guy because. He's like, dude, I can't even keep up with my comments anymore, so I don't even try. He pulls the pin, drops the grenade, and disappears. Like, that's what he does.
That's how you do it.
And I'm just like, my God, bro. Yeah,
dude,
he's like...
When I made my video about the Renee Good situation, and this is all about it,
man.
I pulled the pin. I walked away. I did not I didn't even read anything. I didn't heart anything. And I usually do every video. I make sure I go down there and I heart at least. That video, I was like, I learned from the Charlie Kirk video. I'm not gonna freaking comment on anything. And you know what? I love it. That's better.
It's better for your mental health. You get out things that you want to talk about.
That video didn't affect me at all. After I did this. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, you guys fight amongst each other. I'm out. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
So.
It's the way to go.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna close it off for tonight. But damn, this was a fun one. This was a really fun one.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We'll probably see you guys in a couple of weeks. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what we talked about tonight, but we did it.
We talked about Sydney's drawer.
Yeah, I think that was it. and I was gonna say the keys, but that's Facci, so I'm not gonna take that. Okay.
Fun.
Bye, everybody.